Welcome to this special episode of Frequency Matters, the RF and Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle. I'm here with Larry Williams, Distinguished Engineer at Ansys. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you very much, Pat. It's great to be here with you.
So we're here to discuss the upcoming Ansys 2021 Simulation World event taking place April 20th to the 21st online. Larry, Ansys Simulation World had a record-setting inaugural event in 2020. Can you tell us about that event and why it was so successful?
Yeah, we're super excited about Simulation World that's coming up this April. Last year, it was launched right as everyone was entering into various levels of work from home. And suddenly the need for simulation was accelerated. And I think that helped to drive some of the excitement and attendance around it. We had 55,000 people register for this online event from around the globe, and 21,000 attendees joined live during the two-day event. Over 300 presentations covering things like 5G and communications, autonomous driving, electrification, signal integrity, but also lots of other industries as well. And we hosted it over 2 days, but also in the local time zones for Europe, North America, and Asia Pacific.
So what were some of the most popular topics and sessions?
In 2020, of course, the keynote from our CEO, Ansys CEO, Ajay Gopal, talking about the future of simulation, that one was really well attended. Automotive was a hot topic, looking to the success of some of our partners like Volkswagen Motorsport, Porsche, and Ferrari. We had Ericsson, and that particular presentation drew a large crowd. We had panel sessions that oversee the impact of simulation and transforming engineering. We included, of course, also some impact that COVID-19 would have on the industry long term and CTO insights. But my personal favorites, I really liked the session, although not microwave, but Baker Hughes and their CTO Scott Parent gave a presentation on their company's digital transformation and changing the way in which they use more simulation in the oil and gas industry. And then at the Microsoft's Bill Chappell, he gave a really interesting presentation on Azure Cloud and how to use simulation in the cloud for some really innovative applications like AI training and something they call synthetics. It's sort of like a virtual prototype of very complicated systems and machine learning for RF radio channels. I think for the Microwave Journal readers, perhaps the most exciting track last year was the one on HFSS. We had an Ansys HFSS track where we talked about the history of innovations in HFSS, from adaptive meshing to the solver performance. There were sections on 5G, antennas, radar. But what was great about it was that you could talk directly to our developers, our product managers, and our application engineers. And I think one of the most stunning presentations that was in that track was on the RFIC simulation, looking at using the layout-based version of HFSS to solve problems that are an order of magnitude larger than what you used to be able to solve, like an entire RFIC or gas mimic in HFSS, which is from within our layout.
So what type of attendees do you attract, and what kind of benefits do they get by listening to these sessions?
Well, that's a good one. All levels of engineers come to Simulation World, from executives and business managers to R&D and engineers, designers, manufacturing engineers. We added also student track this year, but that student track I think is especially useful for emerging designers. This year there's 12 program tracks, and it's got subject matter by and presented for every level of expert. The executive track will have senior vice president and C-level partners, but and the leadership track will talk about how the leaders of today and tomorrow can drive business and management topics. But I like the engineering tracks especially. There's 7 technical tracks highlighting developments in various megatrends: 5G, autonomy, cloud, digital transformation, and more. And one session with the tips and tricks allows attendees to work hand in hand with some of our application engineers. So you get quick insights on how to use the software. And I think it's a great opportunity because you have incredible access to the software developers and application engineers.
So with the event coming up in 2021, April 20th to 21st, you mentioned that you added the student tracker. Are there any other new things that you've added since last year?
Yeah, well, that student track's good because it does drive the opportunity for future engineers. We recently acquired AGI. AGI is the leader in digital mission engineering simulation. So there's system toolkits used for example, in space applications. You have a rocket launch all the way from launch to satellite injection into orbit. You want to track the dynamics of the vehicle. It rolls, it pitches, it yaws. The communications channel changes dramatically as the antennas rotate through space. So they can calculate all of those things, including not only communications, but also things like solar loading on the craft. So we're going to have a whole track dedicated to AGI since it's new, especially to our users. And we'll talk about space, of course, aerospace and defense, but also 5G communications. Imagine driving an automobile through a complex downtown city environment. That's a complicated RF channel. And for 5G, we can predict the behavior of that channel. Your readers might have also seen our recent press release that we made with Keysight, describing our integration between AGI's SDK and Keysight's high fidelity system tool called System View. And so we'll be highlighting some of that as well in that session. And so we look forward to working more with Keysight, with the AGI simulator, but also perhaps with our other simulators.
Wow, you're really able to attract a wide variety of topics. How are you able to gather such great content on a variety of those different industries and applications?
Yeah, we have a call for papers, kind of like any other conference. So there's an open submission process, and we welcome abstracts from across the industry. Of course, a lot of simulation engineers, a lot of our customers submit papers internally. Some of the Ansys engineers and scientists will also submit abstracts, but our channel partners and even industry groups. From there, we have a broad range of topics, and we have a review committee that filters through and decides which topics will be covered. We certainly get far more abstracts than what we can handle in this at this Simulation World event. There were a lot of fantastic papers, but it's challenging to decide which ones stay. But that's good to have a backlog, I think.
So any final thoughts before we sign off?
Yeah, I think Simulation World is a fantastic virtual event, and I strongly suggest engineers across disciplines attend. We expect tens of thousands of participants and hundreds of presentations across various industries. If you go to simulationworld.com and click on the Experience tab, you can see all 12 tracks that span from executive level through various applications, 5G and cloud, to mission engineering with AGI, and to simulation application tips and tricks. So Simulation World is a great opportunity for engineers to gain an understanding of how they can help and how simulation can help them engineer what's ahead.
Well, Larry, thanks for talking with me today about Ansys 2021 Simulation World taking place April 20th through 21st. We look forward to attending the event and follow up with you maybe afterwards and see how it went. You can view other episodes of Frequency Matters at videos.microwavejournal.com. Thank you for watching today.